It's the waiting game. Hey, Richard, so it seamstress back again. I'm revisiting something. I had a comment, a viewer who asked if I could show how to make these. Remember these? Remember the t-shirt that I said if there was a t-shirt you didn't like, you didn't want, you didn't mind if you cut it up, that was what you used? Well, that is what this is, but I did a little different thing. I did this. Let me show you. I made this. It's a little more me. See, it says wild, has some stars on it. And the hand back there says, stop, don't, stop. Well, the plain one that I did in the beginning with the sleeve of a shirt that I didn't wear, didn't like it, was going to do something else with it anyway. And so I'm going to show individual how to do it and give you some little things. You want to get a t-shirt if you don't already have it, but you want to have a t-shirt that you don't particularly like anymore. And what you do with it is you cut out the sleeve. And the way you cut out the sleeve is you go, well, you can see with this one, this where the sleeve was. Here's the bottom into the shoulder. And what that does is that makes the scarfy part, the flat part on the headband. Okay. Now, because it's t-shirt fabric, you do not have to sew a thing because this is not going to. And if this is just something you're going to put on to keep sweat out of your face when you're working out or working in the yard or whatever, that's great. Now, what I did do was I'm going to cut it out so that the individual that asked about it can see, and I'm going to show you what I did extra. Okay. I understand that, well, I accidentally cut the sleeve off of a shirt that wasn't my size. So to put this on, you put it upside down. You ever put your head in your sleeve by accident? That's kind of like what this prompted all that. And then you just put it on there, back, and then it goes like that. So to cut it out so that we're not confused, one size fits all. The other one is just make sure the shirt size and it'll fit your head. But I know some individuals have thicker hair, so it might not work, even though it is your size. And if it doesn't work, that's when you do this. Did I get that? I did not bring that piece over here, did I? There's a piece on it. Yeah, there you go. I just cut it. Okay, that's all. Just wanted to make sure I meant to bring it over here. Okay. So we're going to pretend like we're going to make that one, and it doesn't fit. Okay. So here's your sleeve. Okay. You start at the bottom. And when you cut up, now this here is if you want more to cover the top of your head, cut in deeper. And I'm going to do that with this one just to kind of show you. Okay. So you start at the bottom. I'm going to get it started and I'm going to hold it up so you can see. Because I just thought of that a little while ago. I said, what if someone wants more of their head covered at the top? It doesn't matter. So see how I'm cutting from the bottom of the armhole, okay? And I'm going kind of like in a half moon kind of shape. And I'm going to go past that 3-inch mark. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go a 1 inch away from one. That's exactly where I'm going to cut it. I'm going to cut it at a curve it out a little bit. Okay, I forgot to catch it in the backside there. Silly me. Got to catch it in the backside. It's easier when it's laying down on the table and you just kind of lay it there and just kind of go with it. Cut it up there. So I'm going to go this way. So you come to a little bit of a point at the end. And after you've cut it like that, you can see it's kind of a curve. You can serge that. And then you don't have to seam it. You don't have to hem it up if you don't want to. Because the serger, what it does is it trims it and it makes it so it wouldn't fray if it was frayable fabric. So for the fun of it, I'm going to throw this on my serger that I happen to have over here. I had to set up a little different kind of a station here. So that's why my machines are all over the place right now. And I got to thinking, we need to make this like so anybody could wear it. Where's the pedal at? Lost my pedal. The little pedal, where are you? Oh, here it is. What's the problem? I rearranged. I started with my sewing machine. And I don't know which pedal I'm using. Okay. And scissors. So we're going on the idea of this is the one that you're just going to stick on your head, but you want to have more coverage on top of your head. Well, I might not be able to do with this one here, but we're going to pretend. Okay. So let's say this. And now this, instead of it just being like a point right here, it comes all the way down the back of my head. Okay. I don't know if you can see. See how far down it comes? Okay. I'm going to take this one off. I like this one. I took some of the graphics off the front of the shirt to do this part. I like the graphics. So that would be just the plain kind, just like I originally started out with, okay? Just a little bit deeper. So that way it could hold, cover up more of the top of your head. And then to make it one size fits all. Simple. You see the seam in the bottom of the armpit? See this part that's like under here? That seam, you take it out. Yep, take it out. I'm going to snip that little baby right out. I should be using a seam ripper, really. But these rip apart so easy. Watch this. All I do is yank. Came right out there. But it doesn't fray. And let's just snip the last stitches. Okay, so now you got this thing going. This is what you got. Okay? See that? That's your main piece. To make this one size fits all, it needs what? Straps. Straps. And the cool thing about the straps is you can make them as long as you want. So if after you do the final thing like this, if you wanted to make it look like a turban wrap kind of thing, if you had straps like out to here, you could wrap them around twice, twist them, have them braided, put them there, make a really cool looking hat out of it. Wouldn't that be cool? That's one of the ones I'm going to show you how to do next. Not today. So here you have the main part. Now where are you going to get the straps from? Bottom of the shirt. That's right. You take that t-shirt and you take your straight edge or rotary cutter and you cut across the bottom of this 3 inches wide. Yep, 3 inches. Now again, you wouldn't have to serge this or anything if you didn't want to. And you can, but you don't have to. So we're going to pretend like I did, just for appearance's sake. And you're going to cut it in half. Don't let go of it yet. You go to the other side and you cut that side half. So pretend like these were the side seams. Of course, a t-shirt doesn't have but one side seam. It's amazing how they make them. So now you have what? 2 pieces. And because it's t-shirt fabric, you don't have to worry about right side or wrong side. Nope, you don't. To make this part, now see, this one, and be done with. The reason why I used this bigger part of the sleeve is because it's already stitches already hemmed. And that makes it simple. To put the straps on this, first thing you want to do, we're going to pretend like this has already got a hem on both sides, okay? Like it's been seamed. You're going to put it this way, as if you had a right and a left side. And you're going to pin it. And I brought my pins over here. Yeah, I know, you're a magnet. It's a magnet too. It's very strong. And you're going to pin each strap to this. I'm actually going to leave it enough so I can go ahead and serge it later. I think I'm going to do that. Pin it there. And then you take the other end and you're going to pin it to that edge, corner to corner. And you're going to notice something, that this 3-inch piece is smaller than the opening of the armpit of this sleeve. And see how it's like, there's too much right there? What are you going to do with that? Or you're going to pleat it, sort of. So to pleat it, okay, I'm squeezing just like that. Then I'm going to put a pin in either side of where I just squeezed it down, which creates a pleat. And I just did a video for you all based on pleated drapes and how easy pleats are. This is a pleated strap, so to speak. You could gather it if you want. If you prefer to gather, you can gather it and gather up the material to fit it, or you can pleat it. Now, on the flip side, you can see, and the pleat makes it look really nice and neat. So on the other side, you'll see it looks like it's tucked. And that's actually a pleat. It's a type of pleat. I think it's a reverse pleat because you don't see both sides. But anyway, so you're going to do that with that strap. Now note, when I put the strap on there, I did it from skinny side across to the other side. I'm going to do the same with the other strap. Take that one and put it on this side. The reason why you pin the edges to have an evenly distributed pleat to take up the excess, to make it more even and nice and neat. Okay, there's the excess. Okay, that's the excess. Meet your fingers, have you pinch it to where it's, this piece is straight. Your strap is straight, so it's not bunched up. And then you push down the center like that. Now, the other way you can do it is if you want to do it like when you do, like when people make face masks, you can do a tuck and then another tuck and get the same effect. But with the one big pleated, one big pleat put in there instead of two different tucks, for lack of better words. This way, when you do the accordion style, I guess is what you'd call that, they have to be evenly spaced. This way you know that it is because it's boom, it's right smack dab in the middle. So it just makes it a little simpler. I know the face masks typically have 3 folds, and this is just 2. So, because when you do that pleat, it makes 2 folds. And I just go to the other side, double check, and yes, you can actually see the pleat in the facing each other together on the right side. And you get however you want to do it. The reason why I do a narrow seam is machine here. Well, about a 1/4 inch seam is fine. And I have this on a stretch stitch. I was doing some stretch stitching. Let's see. We don't want to do stretch stitches anymore. We just want to do straight stitches. Straight stretch stitches. And there it goes. Lock it in. There we go. That's one side. We'll do the other side. Keep forgetting I need to make sure that I'm stitching it from the side. Make sure that all the things are matched up. I love how pleats make something look so nice and neat. All right. Now this takes you a few minutes to cut it out. Now, since I make a lot of these, I'm going to have, I have an old, I mean, a really old, talk about nasty, old white t-shirt that's kind of like stains and stuff like that. And I'm going to take the sleeves off of it. And I'm going to use those sleeves for pattern. What you do with anything that you want to make, iron the t-shirt fabric first because it does get kind of wrinkly, and then put the fusible interfacing to it. Iron, use the iron, let it adhere to it, and that makes it stiffer, and it makes it so when you're actually pinning it to, say, another shirt, that it doesn't stretch. It doesn't stretch on you. And that's how you work with t-shirts. If you don't want this to interfere with doing, especially embroidery. I'm getting ready to embroider one of these. I think I'm going to embroider this one, show you all later. Oh, that sounds like a good idea. I think it sounds like a wonderful idea. So anyway, once you've done that, sew the straps on. That's it. That's it. This one that I have is just like this, except that it's not as wide. And I'll show you some of the thingies. You're going to see my bad hair. Oh, gross. And I wrap them up around the top of my head. Because like I said, if you make them long enough, you can do that a couple of times. You can tie it in a bow. If I wanted to tie this in a bow, I could tie it in a bow if I wanted to, but I just tucked it under. Oh, gross. Bad hair. See, that's why these are great. These are great for bad hair days. So you can see how this one lays because it's bigger. I cut it wider into the neckline. And I'm going to do like I did with the other one. I can tie it. I just cross them. And they're just crossed. See? And then I'm going to hold them here. Take this point, which covers the top of your head. Pull it back. And then you can tie it here in the front. I mean, you can do it however you want. But as you can see, I think I have enough just to tie it again in the back. How about that? I didn't realize that. Tie it like that. And you've got one. So you got yourself a headscarf, whatever you want to call this thing. I just call it a great headband. Nice big wide one that it's always going to fit because you make it to your head. Like I said, you use an old t-shirt. It's perfect for that. You use a fusible interfacing if you plan on making a lot for yourself to make them last, to adorn it. Like I did with this one. I took graphics from the shirt and I just cut out random ones. There's some really cool stuff on there. And one was a little hand. So I cut the hand out. There were some stars. And yes, I have zigzag stitching on here. To make it more decorative. Now, if you don't want to do that and you want to just have them glued on like an applique, you use Stitch Witchery, the one that I don't have any left. Come on, I used it all. But to glue them on there. I still kind of suggest if you do that, just because it's t-shirt fabric and it has a stretch to it, and Stitch Witchery doesn't really have so much stretch ability, but do a stretch stitch on it in case that way when the glue pulls, it might pull loose. I don't know. I don't use it enough to really know how much it would do, but and just zigzag stitch around it. You can see it's just zigzag stitched around there with a stretch zigzag. I'm using t-shirt fabric, so it's a stretch zigzag stitch. You can applique it with embroidery. That's what I'm going to do. This one. I like this one. I like the bigger one. It's more like a headscarf. And that cat to make those headscarves, and I thought, headscarf. Oh yeah, this thing. Because it's on in my video. I'm wearing one. And I thought, that must be what they're talking about. So, and I thought, that was kind of like a hit or miss. The t-shirt with just cutting the sleeve out might fit your head, might not. And I picked up the wrong size shirt. But when I went to put it on my head, it didn't quite go. And I was like, and I heard the stitches kind of rip open. I go, okay, there's got to be a solution in case that happens to somebody else. And this was my solution. So I hope you like my solution. My one size fits all, head scarf, head wrap, turban looks, whatever. I'm going to do one with mirror ball sequin things to show y'all ladies how to jazz it. You can put rhinestones on these. The little bedazzlers. and put them all away. I know how to. I'm gonna I'm gonna do a modification again, do another pattern for this. That's exactly what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna share it with y'all. So I hope you have enjoyed at least this video. I don't know about the other ones, but I love when people comment like the one that I got that asked from a viewer, to do. So I did the original plus the upgrade, or the new and improved, as they say in the retail world. Everything's new and improved. I don't know why they say that. I think the only thing new and improved on some of the soaps and things is the packaging, not the soap. Soap, same stuff. But embellishing is simple. If you have an iron-on transfer, even you put that bugger on there. You can have your name. You can do so many different things to make these you and make them unique, and then you can sneak up on somebody with it. Stupid joke, but I love repurposing things. And when you have you have some t-shirts you're getting ready to throw out, why throw them out? Make some scarves and sell them. Why not? So I don't have a lot of t-shirts that I want to tear up. Mine are all pretty much brand new. I have a few. My husband's the one with the whole t-shirts. Maybe I should make a t-shirt quilt. That's another one. I haven't tried that yet, but they say it's not hard. From what I've seen, it's a lot of time and effort, but that's okay. So you can sew these, edge sew these if you like. You don't have to, but even though it's not sewn, throw that on your head. Nobody's going to know the difference. And you're going to say, yeah, they don't know I got bad hair day. They think I'm just jazzing me up today. I do it to keep cool. I have bad hair day, yeah, but it's mostly to keep my head cool. The t-shirt fabric is mostly cotton, and that helps if you're warm-natured like I am, and you start working around and you get hot, and it absorbs the sweat, which is what t-shirts are meant for. So I hope you've enjoyed the version of the head scarf and the regular and the elongated, larger, all one size fits all. And if you have any other comments or questions or suggestions even that you would like to see me do with one of these or whatever, I will do it. I did this one, and I have also done other videos for viewers that have asked for help with like having issues with putting in sleeves with stretchy fabric. I've done that already. Let's see. There's a lot of things that you may not want to ask or comment about. Do it anyway. Don't be bashful. Hey, if I can come on here as an old lady and then do these videos to help people out and teach them a few things, then you certainly can send me a comment anonymously, can't you? I don't do anything. I just want to do some stuff. And I like creating things. And this was a lot of fun doing this stuff. I didn't think about putting cutting out the appliques off the shirt until I looked at this and I said, it's kind of plain, it's kind of dull, and I'm not dull. I'm goofy. So I made me wild. I know what I'm going to put on here, by the way. I'm not going to tell you. Video you see, more than likely, or might be a couple videos down the road, but this is going to change. Yeah, it's going to change big time. Yeah, I just got to do it. I can't help it. I get an idea and I got to do it. I also got a special video that I'm going to be making very shortly. And if someone leaves a comment, they get what I make. Yeah, I'm going to make something special. I'm not going to want to give it up. But if the person comments on that particular video, they get to have what I'm making. So I will probably have to make two so I can still keep one. Because I don't want to give it away. And I'm not going to tell you what it is. You have to ask me. You know what it is? They'll keep eyes open and they'll ask for it. Because if they were to ask for it, they would get it automatically. So if you didn't watch my last video, you missed out. Because I mentioned it, what the item was going to be. Yeah, I sure did. So do yourselves a favor. Watch more of my videos. Like, share yours. The best thing you can do for yourself. Just keep on sewing. This is your Sew What Seamstress. It's been a blast. More's coming. Subscribe.